bit early, guys. So as soon as somebody comes on, let me know, guys, if you can hear me. 2 seconds, wee chew. I'll get you up. Let me just get a cup of coffee. I know you're going to get up in a wee second. Right. Let me know if you can hear me. Just let me know if the mic's working, please, so I can get that out of the way. Live chat. So if you're able, I know I've got one in the room. I'm a wee bit early. I tried to set it up. How's it going, Freedom Dad? Kind of like a caged animal, yes. Pacing. No, I was just getting some milk out of the fridge. I'm not sure. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Or, yeah, testing the mic out. Yes, happy days. Let me make a wee quick coffee. And then I'll get Tulip up. So I will. I'm a wee bit early, guys. Loud and clear. Happy days. Happy days, milk. Yeah, I've got a wee clip for it, so I do. I've got a wee clip for it. I never brought it round, but the wee clip's handy for holding up for when I'm doing stuff. But I'm quite happy holding it, so I am. Got no problems holding it. It's just getting used to it. Make sure it's Suppose when I look back on it, I'll get an idea how close I need to, if I hold it too close, or can I hold it from here, stuff like that. Just make sure these are coming up. Loud and clear. Thank you, little Englander. How you doing, mate? Message retracted. So how you doing? Is everything all right with you, mate? And one of them ones, little Englander, just by their conversation, you're a guy, I take it. But all good, just taking the mic out, guys. Just a wee quick live. See anybody sitting about doing nothing right now. I've got time to have a chat with you. I've done a coat on the coat. And it's just drying. It's almost dry. So it's almost dry. I just need it a wee bit more dry, just so I can rub it again, give it a wee quick rub, and then get ready for the glossing. There's a wee bit of filling needing to get done as well. So I always like to get one undercoat down, just it gives me an idea. I can see everything better. When you've got all different layers of paint, and you know what I mean, it's hard to see all the wee dips and grooves, but once you get that first layer of coat paint on, you see all the wee nicks, and then I can go around it quickly tonight and quickly hit it with a bit of plaster. Yeah, see, personally, it's all good. What do you think of the GB news report on Gaza refugees come to the UK? Yeah, it's frightening. We don't have the space. It doesn't matter who they are. I don't care what part of the world they are. I'm refugees are welcome. I'm one of them guys that, we're here to help people. The whole point of refugees is to help people, people that are struggling. But at the end of the day, we've got a limit. And unfortunately, because of the illegal immigration, they've taken the places of the people, the genuine people who are meant to be here. They will, and I already believe that, guys. Yeah. I don't think there's anything we're going to do to stop what's coming. This is what Labour are going to do. As well, I've got this thing, guys, where I do believe it's a wee bit personal. I don't know what it is, I always have this feeling that I cut my own hair, guys, and it's just, there's only a couple of days between a good haircut and a bad haircut. So this is about day 3 and I'm still waiting for the good haircut to come through. But no, I get this feeling, guys, that there's some sort of hatred there. I get, when I think about it, like over and over again about what's going on, why are they doing this? They must see the damage that they're doing, you know what I mean? And then I think to myself, well, maybe they do know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they want to do the damage. That, have you ever thought about that? Maybe there's a hatred there that we don't know about. Maybe there's an underlying issue with the upper class against the working class, and this is their way of getting back at us. Maybe with the poll tax riots and everything that's went on in the past from the working class, you know what I mean? The Thatcher days and the mining, when the mining places all got shut down. Maybe they've got a wee bit of a bone to pick with us over all that. I don't know. Maybe they are just so unhappy and they hate the fact that us working class folk have very little, but we seem to be very happy and we get on with what we've got, and we've got loving communities and loving families, and there's still communities out there that we can leave our doors open, you know what I mean, and pop in and out, and you're not worrying about, the old folk. You're not, like, there is some areas round about where you're not worrying about your old folk leaving their doors open, But, they're travelling. Some of these guys are travelling now. They're jumping on trains. They're getting free train passes. They're getting free bus passes when they come here, and they're using them free train and bus passes to travel the country. And so they'll travel into an area, a little area, we crowd village place, and they'll go in and they'll just rattle it, you know what I mean? And then they'll leave and move on to the next place, or they'll break into houses, or they'll pickpocket, or they'll rob somebody, you know what I mean? Normally, to be honest with you, it's a crime that they'll try and do a crime that will go unnoticed for maybe 24 hours, so the kind of thing you would be thinking about would be, they're no stupid. I'm not going to give anybody ideas, guys, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, but they are moving up and down the country and nowhere is safe, Obviously, they're going to go to affluent areas. They're going to go to areas that aren't used, because at the end of the day, there will be areas where people see certain types of people from certain communities. They will be very careful. A lot of people are like a wee bit thingy because of attitudes and experience, okay? But like so, where I am, where there's no experience of that, and we're very gullible when it comes to things like this, and a lot of people don't see the evil, they don't see the harm, they don't see the badness, because it's not around them. We live in, you know what I'm talking about, guys. It's people who are relaxed, normal people who have lived here all their lives and haven't really came across the type of crimes that we're getting the day, you know what I mean, due to irregular immigration, you know what I mean. Obviously, everybody knows that everything's spiked. Sex sales have spiked, burglaries have spiked, watch crimes have spiked, street robberies have spiked. Everything's went through the roof, big time. You can see it as immigration's went up. You can see the crime go up, and it's something that for some reason mainstream do not want to touch. If it was the Irish, if the Irish had come over here in their masses and crime rate was going up and SAs were going up, please believe me, it would be the front page of every newspaper, and it would be the headline news on every multimedia channel we've got on our TVs. There's no two ways about it. But for some reason, it's all being kept quiet, and this is the problem. This is what I keep saying, guys. This is logically I look at things. Them keeping it quiet and not letting everybody know what is actually going on and what's happening in the rest of Britain, you know what I mean? By having silence from our mainstream, it is putting others in danger. Because, I know that they are travelling. I don't know what kind of numbers are jumping about the place, and I imagine the police will be on top of it, and they will be looking out for 2-3 individuals traveling on the trains and buses and stuff like that, and they'll probably be watching them with CCTV camera once they land somewhere. I imagine each town and city will have their own security watching people coming off trains, and a certain caliber of human being, basically, you know what I mean? They will be looking out for it, So, but at the end of the day, at the same time, I wouldn't like to be sitting in a wee village somewhere and totally relaxed and letting my guard down because I'm unaware of what's going on, and then something happening to somebody I care about or I love or somebody very close to me, and then me going, why did this happen? And then me finding out that there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of cases up and down the breadth of the country where it's been happening. And if you hadn't knew that, that would have maybe, in that situation that led to whatever happened, you would have probably been a wee bit more clued up and it wouldn't have happened. And that's what I'm saying. That's the problems that are coming from silencing the rest of the country about what's going on. And they're silencing the rest of the country so they can get as many in as quickly as possible, without everybody knowing, because if everybody knew what was going on, because I know, I keep saying this to you guys, because I know a lot of you can't get this into your heads because you know, because you are awake, because you have known for so long, and you tell everybody around you, and everybody around you is awake, but it's a big country. Our country's big, and there's sections and communities in our country are totally oblivious. And when you do get one or two people speaking out, they're just seen as racist, and nobody pays attention to them. As soon as anybody says, we've got a problem with irregular immigration, we've got a problem with a spike in crime, people turn away. People, pull away from them. Oh, he's racist. Oh, that's far right. Oh, you can't say stuff like that, because they don't know. They don't know. They don't ask. What do you mean? Have you got any proof to back that up? And then that person go, yeah, I have actually. Put this in your phone. Put that in your phone. What's this guy? Listen to that guy. Spend a week researching it. And that's the way I tell people to help them. Especially my friends with children. 110%. We need awareness, Like I say, guys, if it was Irish guys from Southern Ireland flooding any parts, and they were filling hotels up with them and bringing coachloads of people into England and Scotland, and all of a sudden essays went up and all the rest of it, do you not think there would be an outcry against the Irish? Do you not think it would be all over the news? What do you think? You tell me what you think. Hello, John. Emerald. Right, I'm here, guys. I'm here. Sorry. Right, okay. Hi, Freedom Dad. How goes you, man? Hope you and Dandy, mate. Yep, I'm good, buddy. I meant to message you, but it was like, as always, came around, had to go and see it. I see a boy, and then get back, think, when am I going to do it? Got the new mic, guys, So I wanted to get the mic set up, and then a wee bit of lighting. I was going to do it upstairs, but I want to have a smoke, so I don't want to run up and downstairs. So I thought, do it down here with who we got. Chill up, the baby. So yeah, as always. But I knew I put that wee quick video. That was me out and walking to my mates, and I done that wee quick video, guys. But yeah, he's jump on, jump off. I'll leave it up. I don't delete my lives. You know what I mean? I haven't done anything today, guys, video wise. I have got plans, I've got things on the go, and I'm trying to help other people out as well, and trying to stay on top of messages, make sure there's anybody there who wants to talk. I'm there for talking, I've got other things going on in my private life. One of my friends, partners, I'll be careful here, and I'm worried about her, but we fell out, we fell out, obviously mental health, and like, I don't know, I haven't done nothing, but I'm not going to go into it, but it's not really that bad, it's not bad. I haven't, like I say, it's just something that's happened, a behavior that I wasn't happy with, and it affected me and one of my loved ones, and I had to take action, by drawing away, and I think that has maybe left them, not really getting it, but like I say, I can't say too much. Well, I can. At the end of the day, I worry about my friends, and if this means them paying attention, and reaching out, the people, like, I want to speak there, it's my best friend, basically my best friend's wife, and they've been together for years and split up, and I just worry, I just worry, and, it's, like, I seriously worry. I'm worrying that she's not going to be here soon. I really am worrying what I'm seeing, and what I'm hearing. I feel like I feel like going around to the door, but I don't want to scream and shout at me and all that, So I've reached out to her husband and said, listen, I know she doesn't want to speak to me and all that, but, she wants to see the baby. I might even go take the baby around and just talk to me, You know what I mean? Because we haven't done nothing against each other. There's no reason why we should not be able to talk just as friends. You know what I mean? Fucking really good to me when I needed to. You know what I mean? But so just because, like I say, guys, you can't be nice to people and then expect just because you've been nice to them that you can get away with whatever you want to do to them or say whatever you want to say to them. And I'm not talking about this. Has nothing to do with this particular friend. This is other people in life who come into your life and they're nice to you. And yeah, everybody can give advice and all the rest of it and all that, but there's coming in and giving advice and being a friend, and then there's coming in and taking over somebody's life and trying and run it, make them run your life. I get that a lot. I've covered this before. And I don't want to come across in a bad way, like I'm ungrateful. I feel like sometimes when I say things, I've got other people. Sorry, I'm going to your comments before I finish this wee bit, guys. It's important. You know what I mean? A lot of people come into people's lives and they come with gifts and generosity and everything else. You know what I mean? And they feel as if that gives them a right to then take control a wee bit of your life. And then if you kick back or thingy back, it's almost like you can't. You know what I mean? You feel as if you're in a position where, this person's been so nice to me. You know what I mean? That's common in society. You got to be careful for that. Goes back to the old saying that there's nothing in life for free. But at the same time, you will meet really genuine, nice people. You really will. I have met some amazing people who are just so pure in their heart. You know what I mean? And but at the same time, you get both sides of the coin, guys, and it just takes experience to work it out. You should see the signs pretty early on, you know what I mean? And just don't let it run. That's my advice. Knock it in the head straight away before it gets out of control. But getting back to my friend, I just want to be able to have a chat. At least I've tried. At least I know I've done what I can to help them, get them out of the rut they're in, So that's it. Not saying more about it. Right, guys. Emerald, hello. It's getting bad in Northern Ireland with unalivings every weekend. Yeah, that is inedible. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, did you hear about that young boy who might have got thrown off a balcony the other day? I have heard something, about something like that, but there's that much going on, Emerald. If you're on X. If you're, get on X, you can send me messages and send me, you can share stuff with me, That's what's Faraz making the speech. He's really pissing up Trump's like, he will. Of course he will, At the end of the day, he's going to be the next Prime Minister. If he keeps on being the leader of reform, he will be the next Prime Minister, you know what I mean? And, maybe with Trump on his side, maybe he will do the things he needs to do. We'll see, we'll see. That is, politicians can't handle seeing people they see as pure, happy. I think a lot of these politicians grew up in shelter communities and environments too. Right, I'm sorry, yes, that is, politicians can't handle seeing people they see as pure, happy. I think a lot of these politicians grew up in sheltered communities and environments too. Sheltered, 110%. Most politicians that we know, that we've always known, have went through private school. They come from money, they're all picked early on to go into, like Boris Johnson, Cameron, Tony Blair. They're all picked early on, and Starmer, soon or it will fill up. They are going to have to take their share eventually. Yeah, everybody, yep. They target wee towns and cities. Yeah, they do. Easy, vulnerable, people that aren't aware of what's going on. The big cities, everybody knows the score. Big cities, not to go out with your watch on. There's a lot of big cities that are really dangerous right now, guys, and everybody knows that. Dublin included. I've seen some really bad videos going about. I'm hearing eyewitnesses from people on the ground telling me exactly what it's like, and it's really, really dangerous to go into some of these cities. These are desperate men with nothing, I'm seeing video after video after video after video of women videoing themselves with irregular people that have came into the country, either legally, illegally, who knows, and they're harassing women. They're harassing women. I've seen men in taxis harassing women, using translating apps to harass women. You can't make it up, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, I'm just telling you what's going on, what you already know. Yeah, it's James at Forbes. It isn't. There's nothing wrong with saying we're full. There is nothing wrong. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with saying I'm sorry we can't take the vulnerable. We're sorry we can't take children. We're sorry we can't take women, because all these men have taken your places, and our government's allowed it. You understand it? It reaches out. It's like it's got so many arms and legs. What we're going through right now in this country, it is unbelievable. It's affecting everything, every corner, every village, every council is feeling the pinch right now, because our government is spending so much money. And I mean, I don't even know if anybody sat down and actually done the sums of what it's costing. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about helping them get across on the boat, sending out the Navy, sending out the life, giving them the mobiles, doing the hotels, getting the food, everything, universal credit, adult disability, the ANHS, adding it all up, all the legal stuff, all the legal aid every single criminal gets if they break the law, all the legal aid they get to fight deportations. Has anybody sat down and added it all up that the taxpayer has paid for this one particular social policy, which is immigration? Wouldn't it be very interesting to find out what that figure was? Hello, Lucy. Bust into a small Irish village, overnight Sinn Féin types would be asking what's going on. You better believe it. You better believe it. If I was a load of Englishmen going into Dublin and causing problems and harassing women on the streets and causing all sorts of mayhem, they would be up in arms. It would be all over the place. Englishmen doing this, Englishmen doing that. There'd be riots on the street. If it was the same either way, Irishmen, and it's like, it seems to be because it's this particular type of people that nothing. And shame on our media. Shame on them all, like. Oh, we've got some news for you in a wee minute. Oh, you're going to love this. What about Greenland? Plenty of space there. Well, there's many solutions, guys. There's many solutions, Hello, Lucy. Hello, Noel. Put the mic on a kebab stick. I'm just all chuffed for the mic, you know what I mean? So I'm just showing it off. I've got a wee clip for it, but I'll have to ring her mum's. Hello, Linda. It will be we can do it, but we need to do it quickly. I feel like a lot of people only wanted to know me because I was generous at times. I would buy people drink and they ran out of money. Yes, that's common. That's this common thread with everybody. Most people like us, believe it or not, we're the most generous, kindest people, and we are the ones that get taken advantage of. But I always keep saying this, somebody takes advantage of you, let somebody a tenner and they don't pay you it back. Then you go, somebody else, asks you and you're going, fucking hell, he let me down. But see, that's somebody changing you. And this is very important, because you're on this path, whatever path you're on it for a reason. There's a reason. Everything's mapped out. What you're going through is everything's going the way it's meant to be going. Please never think otherwise. Sometimes you go taking off course, you do a wee detour, but you always come back on the same road. Never let anybody change you who you are in here. Never ever let and I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about anything in life at all. Never let another person's behavior towards you change how you would behave towards somebody else, okay? Because they should never have that influence. No other person should have any influence in your life at all. Always remember that. It's something that I learned, and it served me well. Served me very well indeed. You want to hear the weather out there, guys? Good to see you again, Linda. Good afternoon, Kaj. It's a tricky one, like. I know, but they should be spending on it. Anyway, do you want the news? Sorry, John. I know they should be spending it on their own country. Exactly. You know what I mean? Right, if you want to hear the news, because they're going to be so proud of me. I need to get a drink of coffee for this. I got blocked by Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan blocked out Freedom Dad. Can you imagine? We Freedom Dad, you know what I mean? Just hitting some truths, you know, doing the old truth and facts. Never any bullshit from Freedom Dad. Never any opinions when I'm coming at people like me. It's always facts and truths, you know. And they're always hard facts, you know what I mean? They're always difficult truths, you know. And yeah, blocked by Piers Morgan, you know what I mean? So I'm quite proud to be on the exclusive block list of Piers Morgan's. And I'm going to hand the baton over to you guys. And I look forward to seeing you on the exclusive Piers Morgan block list. We should start a wee YouTube channel just for that. Just everybody's been blocked by him. A wee YouTube channel, you know what I mean? So yeah, like Leonard says, and I've heard a couple of you say, we're above the target, boys. We're above the target, boys and girls. So yeah, they're all getting a wee bit nervous. I'm seeing changes. I'm seeing things going on. You know, 5 years ago, Piers Morgan went the block. He would have just laughed. He would have looked at your comment and went, yeah, I'm living rent-free in his head. You know, that's, you know, nowadays, he doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want anybody else seeing it. He doesn't want me putting up things that other people are going to see, you know, because I've got a way of saying things. You know, I've got a way of putting my words down so people know this isn't just somebody with an axe to grind. This isn't just somebody full of hate. This is somebody who's genuinely upset by the behaviour of this man. And that's how I come across. And I totally understand. I'm surprised I lasted so long. But I'm quite sure I got the word out to a few thousand people that maybe looked a wee bit deeper into Piers Morgan, you know. Because there's a lot of things people don't know about Piers Morgan. You know, they really don't. They don't know about the phone hacking. They don't know about the $1 million thing. They don't know how hard he's came at Tommy. You know, how Tommy's humiliated him, you know. Does any of you ever get ringing in your ears? Like, just a ringing? I was always told it's the devil, you know. I get it quite a lot, so do you guys. Right, so, your comments have just stopped. Money shows you the strength of people. Morgan is complete establishment. Yes, he is. Piers Morgan doesn't like the truth. Freedom Dad. You're right, Linda. Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, guys, get on X, you know what I mean? And speak your mind, speak the truth, give your opinion out, let people know what's going on in the world, you know what I mean? Stop letting people just get away with, you know, having these big loud voices and these big platforms. Social media is there to criticize and to say, hold on a wee minute, you know, you've got some front saying that when you've done this X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm not even going to go into what else he's done because I'd probably end up getting something done on my channel, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's not a very savoury guy, so he's not 110%. And you know, some of these men, he has a lot worse than you on, and don't mean that in a bad way. I know that, mate. I know that. And we're talking about like Tommy. You know, he won't get Tommy on, but he gets so many people on. You know what I mean? And the thing is, you see, you know, the reason why I'm so confident and why I will debate anybody and talk to anybody, you know what I mean, and like, you know, what I believe and what I say to you and what I bring to my channel, I will talk to anybody and defend everything I say. And you see, the thing with us, you know, is it's easy when you know you're right. You know, it's you know, at the end of the day, we're here on the ground. We know what's happening. We've got the evidence. We've got the receipts. These guys are living in cloud cuckoo land and haven't got a clue what's going on down here. So whenever they're faced with somebody like me who actually sees the suffering and can bring receipts, then what can they say? What can any man say to me about anything I talk about? You know, how can anybody say, oh, you're just being hateful? What man wouldn't look at me and go, well, if I had a 3-month-old daughter and was seeing what was going on right now, yeah, I totally get you. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I say, the difference between us and them is that we don't hide, we don't silence people. You know, we're here to talk about stuff. We want to talk about stuff. We want to get to the bottom of things. We want to understand why everybody's like they are. I want to know why the government are behaving the way they are. I want to know why a lot of these Muslim guys down in England and the Muslim Defence League are behaving the way they are. I want to understand why all the praying and all the preaching out on the streets, and why they need to convert people. You know, why target some of our young ones, you know what I mean? And like, it's not like, I've seen videos of really young boys being converted. I seen a video the other day of a young boy in jail. You know, God love him. Like, he looked about 21, blonde hair, in a cell with a Muslim. You know, they've got all the long gear, all in one, like the dress thingy, all the Muslim, what they were, and you know, he took him to. He was like, "Do you want to come and to the mosque?" And off they went. He's not going to say no. He's fucking wee boy shitting himself, you know what I mean? And took him to the mosque, and next thing he's on a prayer mat, you know what I mean? And this is how they work. Now, any real man would know that young boy's going to do what. You're not going to take advantage of a young lad and make him join your religion when he's sitting there first time in prison. That's, you know, and they're showing this. I'll bring it to you. You know, I will find it and bring it to you. I'm retired black cab driver, and Khan never spoke to our representatives for 5 years when we went on strike. He called us the Renderals. He's an arsehole of the biggest order, 110%. And so can you see how Khan has kept getting elected? Can you see what he's done to London and to keep himself getting elected? This is exactly what Labour are going to do with the country. And you just got to look at the statistics of London to see what it takes. Because everybody thinks, oh, it's 50-50. Once it's like 51% of one and 49% of ours, then that's it. That's when everything will change. You're wrong. You're so wrong because you aren't looking at it properly. You got to understand that our 50%, there's only 25 to 30% of them actually voting. If you see the difference it makes now, so it doesn't really matter. Even whenever we talk about population, and people say sometimes to me, "Freedom Dad, you're way off. There's far too. It would take up for." You're not seeing it properly. I'm talking about votes. You know, in 20, 30 years' time, you know, every single one will vote when they see the power that they can get. You know, and you know, look at how many percentage of us didn't vote. This is why Labour, 80% of the country didn't vote for Labour. 80% of the country did not vote for Labour. You know? It's scary, lad. It's scary, guys. It really is. Like, that's Morgan I'm on about. Morgan, let me see. Let me help you go back. I'll rewind. Sorry. Charlie, that's Morgan I'm on about. Charlie. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, he is. You're right, I got you. I know you're talking about it. It was a double barrel thing. You can't then, Morgan. It's another to control and make their numbers up. Yep, you're right, John Capone. James, good to see you, son. Because the Muslim Brotherhood are running the show in all the countries spreading the hatred, apparently we have more extremists in Europe now than the Middle East. Yeah, it's I've seen Muslim clerics try and warn us. You know, I've seen them on TV telling our news representatives, you know, do you actually know what you're doing here? You know, like, we're all far right and racist when we say it, but when a Muslim cleric comes out and comes over and says, you're taking the worst of us, and you're going to end up with serious problems soon, nothing. He's not even really questioned about it. That's not even the headline news the next day, you know. But again, Freedom Dad says something and like, again, I'm fucking dodging bullets. No, it's not that bad, but you know what I mean, guys. We're all the same. We feel as if you can't criticize. They want to bring out Islamophobia laws, so we can't even criticize Islam. It is nuts. Like, I keep saying that. Because it really is frustrating, you know, because everybody, the whole country is doing exactly going, wait, what's going on? Like, in the street, people are saying to me, have you heard about, you know, and then, you know, but they're hearing the exact same. I'm like, I know, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? It's just to shut us up. Welcome aboard, Jamesy boy. You do this for your daughter? Yeah, I'm all for my wife and God. Yep. But to help this Patriot community, I'd help contribute on a picket line. Thank you, James. And you're doing it for my daughter as well. You're doing it for Lucky. And at the end of the day, I appreciate that. At the end of the day, I really do, guys. It's Friday every day. Yeah. Aye, John. Is it Friday? It's Friday every day for John. Nah, John's a good lad. John Donna's partying, believe you me, he's partied out. That big lad's partied out, mate. You know what I mean? Jeez, oh. Yeah, man. Yeah, 2 seconds. It's absolutely cooking in here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me a chip. Oh, my baby. My baby. She's never far. She's never far. Oh. Getting my shoulders are starting to come back. The chest is starting to come back. Just holding the baby all the time. Fucking doing that. Honestly, I was standing the other day going, haven't been to the gym. I was feeling my chest stuck because I've always been at the gym. The only reason I'm quite thin and not really big at the minute is just because I haven't been to the gym and I had a problem eating and all that. You know what I mean? And that's with everything going on, stress and anxiety. I think a wee bit of anxiety. The doctor keeps saying it's anxiety. I'm like, I'm not anxious. Stop saying that. I'm not anxious. You know what I mean? But I'm starting to understand a wee bit now. It's a wee bit more subconsciously as well. I think. You know what I mean? So once I get back to the gym and start pumping iron again, I'll hopefully just pop back out again. But I need to get back before I get too old. I'm 55, you know what I mean? So I don't know how long I'll still be able to keep going to the gym. I'm quite lucky that I'm still able to go. And it isn't just luck. It's because I've spent most of my life in jail, guys. That's the truth of it. Eating good food. Don't care what anybody says. A lot of people say jail food and all that, but a lot of people don't eat an awful lot outside. A lot of people don't eat the right food outside. You might be eating McDonald's and Chinkies and Indians every night and thinking, oh, you're living the fast life. But to be honest with you, that's going to catch up with you at the end of your life. You know what I mean? There's no two ways about it. If by eating steamed food for years and years and years, like me, going through all the children's homes and the institutes I was in, and then in the prisons, eating the same type of food, the same, always potatoes, vegetables, fruit, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's paid off, and then being out in the sun all the time, being locked in all the time, I honestly do think it's given me an extra couple of years, you know what I mean? Whereas, maybe if I hadn't been in the jail, I probably wouldn't be here, to be honest with you. I've probably been drinking and doing all sorts, you know what I mean? Probably been just taking off the numbers, Come on, girl. Come on. Yeah, so, sorry, guys. Yeah, you're funny. You're funny because the white door's behind me. Yeah, good one, mate. Good one. So yeah, everything's good, guys. The old girl in prison puts a weight on nicely. It does, you know what I mean? And plus, me, I'm into everything in the jail. The jail, I was just, for some reason, because of the children's homes and because of being used to being brought up with loads of other kids and, I sort of fell into it in a bar. I was used to it. There was no problems. Being 16, being in the crumb, that was like, whoa, you know what I mean? I was I was like thrown straight in the deep end, man, you know what I mean? And with all the IRA men and all that, this was the days, guys, when loyalists and Republicans were on the landing together. I can remember going to the toilet, right? You hit your buzzer to go to the bog, and the screw come open your door, right? You go because you didn't have toilets in the cell or nothing, just piss pass. So when it was good, you could get out to do a number two, right? And you'd go to the ablutions, what they call the ablutions, the toilets, right? And you'd have to say loyalist or Republican. And if it was a Republican in the toilet, you had to wait till he came out. And he'd walk by you, and you'd be like, fucking, you want to kill each other outside, but in prison, we were like, okay, obviously we didn't have the same exercise yard together, we didn't go into the same canteen together, that was all separate, but you know, going to visits and all that, we would see each other. We would go out in London. You know, I was out in the London World. Like, I've found Cleaky Clark, Martin Main, all sorts, Jerry Kelly. You know, I can remember one time, I swore on my mother's grave, right? I haven't even told you about this. So I was in charge. I was 16, right? In the Crum, loyalist prisoner, and I'm in charge of the snooker balls. We had a big full-size snooker table in the rec room, right? That was our rec, loyalist, right? So I'm nipped in the office, grabbed the snooker balls, right? Big box of snooker balls, full-size table, so you can imagine it's a big box, right? And 2 table tennis bats with a table tennis ball in between it, my plastic cup, knife, fork, and spoon on top of the box. So I'm walking along in London like that with this, and the ping pong ball came out between the bats and started bouncing about the landing, the bottom flat and the A-wing and Crum. So I'm balancing this fucking big box, trying to catch this bouncing ping pong ball. Jerry Kelly comes walking by, white vest on, brown Moses sandals, blue jeans, picks the ping pong ball up and puts it in my cup and goes, "Here you go, kid." And I've just looked at him like this, Jerry Kelly, you know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? 16 years old, you know what I mean? Like, man, you know, we were targeting this guy, you know what I mean? We're trying to get our hands on this guy for ages, man. There he was putting a ping pong ball in my cup, you know what I mean? So, yeah, for 16, that was like a baptism of fire for me, an eye-opener, and I was in with some really intelligent guys who brought me on really well as a young man, and, you know, I got into a bit of trouble, to be honest with you. I was always getting told off and getting put behind my door for 3 days, losing my recreation by my commanders. You know, some really close friends today, like one of my close friends, he was actually arrested from Belfast. He was one of the ones arrested for when they were arresting everybody for the hate crimes, for the speech, for sharing posts. He was one of the ones that got arrested, and I was fighting with his brother. You know what I mean? Because he was a womble, and we were fighting over a game of football, and so I was always getting into trouble and getting told off by the commanders, and you know what I mean, having to take wee punishments and all that. You know what I mean? And yeah, so you know, but it was good rather than like. They were like older brothers and dads to me, you know what I mean? They were like trying to teach me they can wind my neck in, and you know, and it was really good, you know. And then obviously under the knees, you know, you just progress. Just like a university, innit? It's like a university. But 3 meals and extras. Yeah, extras, yeah. Our tulip, I know. Our tulip's here. So she has, guys, tulip's right here. I need to get a better chair. This is just a wee wooden chair we've got for the kitchen. I'll put proper wee stools in it. Females. Oh, remember the jaggy blanket? Spot next thing doobies. It was like, what the fuck? Yeah, the jaggy blankets. You could pull the string from the ends of them, mind, and you used to get a wee bit of the springs from the bed. Make a wee hook. Put the hook outside your door, and then you could fish the flap up, and then you could look out at night. You could look out. Everybody would be looking out at each other and shooting across the landing and all that, and the provost, because we used to communicate with each other as well. And somebody would be putting out to try and lift their flap, and you'd be going down, left, up, and that's it, poop it, and boom. You know what I mean? Oh, it's some of the things we used to do, passing things from wing to wing and all that. Unbelievable. I've seen stuff go from one wing across a wing on a yard, picked up from another line, picked up, pulled in, passed right along, and then cross another yard and then another wing. You know what I mean? Communications from different guys. Aye, proper operations, like. Freedom Dad, can I ask you if this is normal taxi driver? 18-year-old girl in his taxi. He was found guilty on his back up this month for sentencing at Sheriff Court. Cheers, my dear. No, it's definitely not normal. Definitely, I was a taxi driver, so it wasn't Belfast, and you know, taxi drivers look after people. You know what I mean? Taxi drivers are good. John Rankin just sent me a message. I don't think he knows I'm live. Last time I was 2016, no shortage of food, pint of milk every day. I remember the old pint of milk every day. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that. When is Tommy due out again? Tommy is due out in March, I think. No, hold on. So he's... Oh, I'm not 100% sure. Because I'm getting my dates, because he's up again. He's up again for the terrorism thing. We'll double check it. Anybody knows this, give us a shout. July, James, thank you. And then I think he's up in October, is it? It's August, October, he's up again. Tommy's in court again, 21st of March. That's what it is, right, that's what it is, right. I'm getting them mixed up. What, I mean, why is it in the sheriff court that it would be high court? No, I know, but everything goes, I think it should always go and then get put up. 100%. All you got to do is Google it. Just research it, you know. Unless they're using a sheriff court as a high court. I doubt that, like, but no, that's definitely a high court because you can only get a certain amount of time in the sheriff. That's why they go to the high. Like serious charges get put, they normally go to the sheriff first and then the sheriff puts it up to the high and then it goes from there, you know. But you can just research it yourself. Is it possible for somebody to hang you that? And what's the most you can get in a sheriff court? And then you get all the answers yourself. You know what I mean? You'll be able to work it out. And then you can bring that information to me and I'll do a video for you. $18 months. Sentence was half because he pleaded guilty. And then, yeah, and you get half. Like, he does half of that. And hopefully, you know, I'm hoping he's going to get it a bit earlier, guys. I'm hoping that, you know, the pressure going to be coming from America here is going to, I think if something really matters to Labour that much and the Americans have got the key to the door that needs opened, then I imagine they'll be saying, release Tommy Robinson and we'll open the door for you. You get me? I think something like that will happen, guys. You know what? I do believe that any trick that any country can use right now to get that man out, well, they will do it. Please believe me, guys. Everybody knows that he's being tortured. Everybody knows that this is extreme. Don't think it's just us. Please do not sit there and think that it's only us. Everybody can see what's going on. Everybody can see the pain and suffering that our government are putting Tommy Robinson through. So with that in mind, I think he will be out very soon. Touch wood. Everybody touch wood. And pray. Just say, please God, release Tommy. Please God, find it in your heart. That's what I say when I do my wee prayers. You know what I mean? I always say, find it. Please find a way. Please find a way to let him out. You know, even if it makes the government, I always say, even if it makes the government look as if they're not saving face, please just get him out of there so he's safe and back in his house with his family. That's what I do. You know, it's no harm. You know what I mean? No harm. Spelling mistake. That's okay. You're allowed spelling mistakes on this platform. The charge should be dropped. They're using it. Yep. You're right, John Capone. You see Trump calling for the kids to be free. Yeah, you know, it's Musk is coming with his chainsaw. You gotta get him out. Okay. One minute he's got a sink. Next minute he's got a chainsaw. You know what I mean? That's fucking like a chainsaw. What the fuck? Well, why a chainsaw, guys? That's a bit extreme, isn't it? So, baby's gone. The grannies, fuck, I shouldn't do it like that. It's pissing down outside. You see Trump called for this. Yep. Musk is coming. Yep. I saw that, James. Good to see that, Mike. Freedom Dad. But if you clip it, hat to a t-shirt around your collarbone, it will still do the same trick. And you're not end up with a sore arm. No, I'm all right, Robert, right now. You know what I mean, man? I'm sort of like just digging it. You know what I mean? I have got a wee clip for it. It came with a wee clip, you know what I mean? So I'll probably will use the wee clip if I need to. But, you know, I don't know. I'm sort of getting used to holding the mic. I always, like, when I first started doing this, I could never see me holding the mic. I could never understand how people could hold mics and all that, you know, but it is, I don't mind it, you know, and I'd like to think whenever, when I'm doing interviews, I can, you know, and then hand it over, do that sort of thing, you know what I mean? So that's, you know, the plan one day, if I ever get a chance to corner somebody that I really want to ask some questions to, I'll be like, you know. But yeah, thank you for that, Robert. No, it's just a roll up, John. Honestly, man. Fuck getting arrested with you. He's spelling that the best. Yeah, that's all right, mate. It's no problem. The price of price of cigarettes, you got to smoke tobacco, you know what I mean? Everybody, you got to, like, if you're a smoker, you got to smoke tobacco. Like, it's crazy. Even tobacco's went up. You know what I mean? I can see me organising a trip to France or Belgium. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you, Bluebell. Thank you, Bluebell. Bluebell's putting everybody right here. Thank you. This is what's great. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anybody, any questions? Is it just in Scotland that we've got the weather? Is it all over England? Is it up and down England, Britain? Because we've got things flying about the place, you know what I mean? Just another storm, but it's not as bad as the last one, but we still got bins flying about and everything. Yeah, dogs don't want to go out. Dogs are just like, nah, no going anywhere. I've had Chula about, like, Boy's been out and Bailey's been out, you know, so got them all out, just out a wee walk to empty them, like. Yeah. 2 seconds, guys. Yeah. Now, talk about the crumb. You know, I do love talking about Hamilton's the same. All right, John, I seen if something come up to me and I was telling everybody, oh, I got a message from John. Good to see you, son. Good to see you, good to see you, John. No, talking about the crumb, you know what I mean? Like, for those that don't know, it's the Crumlin Road prison in Belfast, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a big Victorian jail in the city centre of Belfast, just sort of on the outskirts a wee bit, but it's in the city centre. And it was just a time in my life that, and I'm not kidding you, I've been everywhere. As you know, I've been around the world, Thailand, Cambodia, America, Canada, all over Europe, up and down Europe, them all, Belgium, France, Holland, and a bit obviously Ireland, you know what I mean? And I can honestly say, right, with hand on my heart, guys, my best experiences in life, the one I always go to think good times, was the Crumlin Road prison in 1986, 1987, 88, you know? And, you know, I don't know if it was just because I was so young. You know, I maybe never seen the dangers that a lot of people would have maybe seen, or maybe never felt the feelings that a lot of older men would maybe feel about going into prison. Maybe it was because I was in with quite a lot of my friends, you know. I think there was about 8 or 9 of us in at the same time, you know. But no, it was a really, really good time. Oh, brilliant, little Englander, thank you so much. What's that background noise? That's the kettle. It's the kettle that's on. You know what I mean? Because like you would hear it even worse when the mic was on there. When this mic's, you know what I mean? It's got a big cable in it. I mean, you see, I can go quite far away. Look at that, all the way over here. Happy days, you know what I mean? But I can't see your chat. So yeah, I'm gonna get another phone. Find me on the phone, because then I can look at your chat on that phone, so I can, guys. All right, Willow, good to see you on. 2 seconds, guys. Chat amongst yourselves. Yeah, so basically, guys, just chatting the mic out today, and because I'm doing the painting, so doing the stairs. I was in the base for 2 nights before my route to Highbank. Should have put me off, but nah, done them all them. Oh, that brings back memories. And I'm not joking, the worst one was the 3 I just done in Bowhouse, Killy. Oh man, Kelly, I was in there. I was in there, man. It was all right, you know what I mean? I didn't like too much drugs. Be honest with you guys, Too much drugs, you know what I mean? Yeah, crazy deal. You're on the landing, no screws, just cameras everywhere, you know, and it's just madness. Everybody out of their nut. When I was there, it wasn't long open, right, and parcels were getting sent in, right. This is nowhere to lie. Parcels were getting sent in from outside, and the screws were bringing the parcels up unopened and handing them straight to the prisoners. I swear to God, anybody that knows anything about Kilmarnock back when it first opened, they'll tell you this, you know what I mean? It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, I knew guys that were my mates that were working in there, you know? I end up getting, tell you a wee minute, 2 seconds, I catch up. Well, that brings back the bass. I forgot about the bass, you know what I mean? I forgot all about the bass, you know? Tell you a story about the bass. When I was in, I'll tell you a wee quick story. Mystery parcels, I know. So Willow is Scottish. So Willow, we're talking about the Crumlin Road prison, which is a prison in Belfast. It's a prison like no other. You got to understand our prisons, because we don't see ourselves as criminals. We've always seen ourselves as political prisoners, and we've had the hunger strikers, we've had dirty protests, and we've had dirty protests and hunger strikers on both sides. But the loyalist protesters, the Republican protest, the hunger strikers, they took it all the way and died, you know, and rest in peace, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, guys. And I'm never gonna ever speak badly about the hunger strikers, ever, you know what I mean? And I don't really like anybody speaking badly about them, because these are men that give everything for their cause, you know what I mean? And whether you like them or you don't like them, you know, try doing it, you know what I mean? So basically, like, the Crumlin Road was mental. It was just crazy. Loyalist Republicans, IRA men, and all Power Maltese, and you know, it was all different times. You went in different rules, and you know, I mean, when I was young, you go on the landing, there was a Republican there, an IRA man there, and then another time I went in, we were trying to kill each other. We were standing outside each other's doors, coming in for exercise. And me and my cellmate and another couple of loyalists would be standing outside an IRA man's cell, kidding on that was our cell, and my two mates were going to get a magazine, and the screw would open the door and we would just go in and do as much damage as we could. And it happened both ways, you know what I mean? It was attack on site. Basically what happened, they put a bomb behind a radiator in Recreation and killed 3 of our men, you know. And after that, the rules changed, you know what I mean? So it's a crazy wee deal, you know. And yeah, but you know, somebody might know the story. This with the base, you just reminded me of the base. So the base is like what it says, it's a base. It's right below, it's right underneath the jail, you know what I mean? I think it's where they used to hang them, you know. I might be right, I think it's where we used to hang them years ago. And it's just a dingy wee place. High profile prisoners like Michael Stone was in there, you know what I mean? Michael Stone was in there, and a couple of other ones, can't mind, a couple of high profile ones were in the base. Most went up on the wing, but they didn't know what to do with Michael Stone, you know what I mean? That's a video on its own. And I'm not really going to go there because he's still alive. And yeah, it's a wee bit like for ads, that one, you know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say about that. So I'm not touching it. So, yeah, the base, you know what I mean? It was like, it's just horrible. It was a wee dingy, wee horrible place. So it was down in the pits of a prison that was already a dingy place. It was a Victorian jail, been there for hundreds of years, you know what I mean? The wings were like, the roof of the cells were arched. You don't get that very often. You get the arch where they build the bricks in a way where the bricks take the weight, you know what I mean? And really old. Like, to cut a long story short, but when we destroyed the jail, the loyalist prisoners destroyed the jail by digging through the walls, and we were taking boulders out. I mean, big boulders. Not like boulders you would find in the country when the old dyke walls. Boulders like that were coming out of the wall. That's how they built it. They built it with boulders, just like big brick walls, and then just covered it with cement or whatever. Fuck knows how that. Honestly, like we went through the floor. Me and my cellmate went through a wall into the 2 IRA men's cell next days, and then we went through a floor, you know. And I've already spoke about it, done a wee bit about it, you know what I mean? I'll maybe do a video about it sometime, you know what I mean? But there's so much I can say and talk about. It's amazing that comes from that jail. the time that we had was absolutely amazing. But don't get me wrong, there was some dark times in the digger, solitary confinement, CC, and usually some of the boys are here know what I'm talking about. Solitary confinement in the boards, that was a different kind of punishment. You know what I mean, guys? that was solitary confinement on a different level, like, you know. And being young, 16, 17, 18, you know, it was hard. It was hard. Nothing that I don't think was too traumatic, but I remember it. Thanks, you can check my bit out. I'm tired, and yeah, my dad was merchant navy, so a little rough maybe. Maybe can't see what's going on here. Piss pot, yeah. Mystery parcels, yes, guys, I know. Yeah, James, yep, for Playmate. I've done time with us, or no different. Yep. Yeah, John, yeah. I'm a jock, no scars. Mine are on the inside. Well, yeah. They're the worst ones, you know what I mean? But like I say, what you got to remember, just like scars on the outside, they heal. You know, believe it or not, everything is healable. You're made to heal. You're made to repair. Honestly, you know, doesn't matter how bad a wound you get. It all comes back together and heals. You may get a wee line left or whatever if you get shot. You know what I mean? You know, the bullet goes through you. So much is damaged, but everything heals. It really does heal itself. You know what I mean? And you know, one of the problems is we don't understand that. We don't have that much confidence in ourselves. But the thing that triggers the healing is believing in the healing. If you don't believe it, you know, it's not going to work, believe it or not, because it's almost like you negatively turn your healing off by not just, you got to believe the power that you have, you know what I mean? You got to believe that whoever put this together, the body, very, very clever. And there's all sorts in here that we don't know about because for some reason we've been made to not know about it. A lot of people, whoever's in power, whoever's at the top, they don't seem to want us knowing exactly how much power we have, what our capabilities are. You know, and it's a rabbit hole to go down, and like it's more than one video, guys. You know, it really is, like, and it's something clever people than me can explain to you. But you know, I would look into it. I would look into things like that, you know what I mean, about inner healing and stuff like that, and what it's about, the body and stuff, and mind over matter and things like, you know, worrying yourself sick, you know, all these sayings they're little sayings that our ancestors have managed to squeeze through, because obviously our ancestors going back hundreds and hundreds of years would have seen that the power of the people is too much for the people that always want the reign. No matter where you go back in history, the people that wanted the reign over the people would always want to take control. And if the people had certain powers, whether it be being able to heal themselves and others, being able to communicate telepathically, whatever, you know, all sorts of different things, then you could see why somebody in power would want to take that away if possible. And sometimes I think little sayings like worrying yourself sick, you got to pay attention to it. You know, they don't just pop up from nowhere. And, you know, you got to look into it a wee bit. You know, worrying is like thinking negatively. That's what worrying is, you know what I mean? When you're thinking negatively, that means you're not thinking, you're going to get healed. So think positively. Always think positively. And take it to the bank, you know what I mean? You know, when you're feeling down and you're getting up out of bed and you're feeling that way where you just feel the shittiest ever, that's your wee brother. That's all that is. You're in here wide awake, ready to go, bright as a button. The wee brother's the one that's trying to keep you down. You've just got to say, and you just got to go for it. Get into that shower, get out with that dog, just go for it. You know, get over that one wee fucking obstacle, and that's you. You're away, and you know that's part of believing in yourself. You know. Sorry about that, guys. I remember Bobby Sands' mum in the news. Yeah, it was difficult because, you know, I was brought up on the other side, you know what I mean? And, you know, I don't really want to talk about it because I don't feel comfortable talking about it. I'm not proud of myself, to be honest with you. But there'll be a lot of men like me, unfortunately, on both sides, you know what I mean, that have praised each other's death, the death of each other's ones, you know what I mean, instead of mourning or thinking about the human being. And that's just the nature of the beast, and it's just the nature of the country, the way we were brought up, and it's just division, it's segregation. It's when you split two communities up, this is what happens. The hatred is overwhelming. And this is what I keep trying to say. This is what I keep coming across in my videos. You know, these areas where they're just Muslim areas, you know, please believe me, the hatred will breed, division will breed, you know, sectarianism will breed, extremism will breed. There's no two ways about it. You know, there's nobody there to check them. You know, there's nobody there that will be man enough to stand up and go, oh, I don't want you preaching like that. I don't want you taking the Quran literally like that. You know, who the fuck's going to say that? Could you imagine a Protestant or a Catholic standing up against the Loyalist or Republican power multis and going, oh, I'm not happy about you doing that about the 12th of July. That was fucking 300 years ago. Why are we still why is it causing so much trouble still today? Or with the Irish, you know, why are we still going on about in the post office whenever we went through 2 world wars and you know, we got 3 counties back and, you know, blah blah blah, you know it's tricky, it's hard to really go into because you're always going to offend somebody. You're never going to get it right, guys, when it comes to this kind of thing. And again, this is another point I've got to make clear to you as well. Can you see how difficult it all is? Can you see the whole problem, the arms and legs that comes off of it, the segregation of 2 communities in one country, the damage it's done, still doing today? And yet we're seeing the exact thing happening in 2025 in England, and nobody's batting an eyelid. The government aren't seeing any problem with it, but yet they just need to turn their head that way and look over to Northern Ireland and just look into the history, and it's all there. You know, segregation creates division, which creates hatred. Go on, Chip. Scotland is beautiful, Linda. Gusty Spence, geez, oh. Yeah, Gusty Spence was a tough one. Like, you know, I just missed him, but I was there when I heard all the boys talking about it, you know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, when Gusty got out, things changed. Guys were like, you know, yeah, Gusty was a hard man. That's what he was. He was a proper commander, and it was a proper training camp. The Long Kashmir, the maze, was the UVF 8's block was a proper training camp. The men came out of them blocks, proper terrorists, you know what I mean? I went in, the guys that I went in with after that were the guys that Gusty trained, and some of them were handing it down. But you got to understand, we were younger. We were young guys, we were wanting to party and all the rest of it, and, you know, I mean, girls and all that, and getting girls up in the visits and everything, you know what I mean, and, you know, planning our own wee things and what we're doing and getting up to, and, you know what I mean, and, because it was always a chance to hook up with other men from other parts of Belfast, you know, and I'm from South Belfast, and I was brought up in East Belfast, so I'm very lucky. I've got really good friends in both. I say they're the 2 strongest parts for loyalism in Northern Ireland. A lot of people will say the Shankill. I disagree. You know, the Shankill is more commercial. It's not as big, and it's just known because commanders came from there. You know what I mean? And that was always a problem in Northern Ireland because Shankill always had top command. You know what I mean? And that was always a problem at East Belfast because East Belfast was like 5 times the size of the Shankill. And, you know, we called it God's country. You know what I mean? So so it was always good to go out in the jail to connect with the Shankill Road boys and, you know, the boys that are down at like the Portadown boys, the Lurgan boys, the ones that are up at the Armagh border, up close to McLean. You know, that's another level of stuff that they're dealing with. So it was always good to catch up with different guys and get to know different things. And, you know, it was basically a university, guys. You learned a lot, and we all passed on information and different things and techniques. And it was proper. Like, we did. Anybody got arrested, like your paperwork. Because back in the day, everything to do with your case, you got it. Everything that the prosecution were going to use against you, you had a copy of it. Whether that be statements, whether that be photographs, or whether that be video, you know. And that was a bit of a problem because there was a lot of victim photographs that weren't very nice, you know, and there was a book put together of all these photographs that was going about. You know, I do believe it's still going about. I've seen it and it's horrific and it's still stuck to me. I've seen it when I was very, very young, and it's still stuck to me to this day, you know, so it's not something I would want anybody to see. But that was one of the problems came with giving all the evidence over to the defendant, you know, and yeah, so we learned from all that. So interviewing techniques and things that they would say in an interview, we would get that word for word, you know what I mean? So everybody, like, it would all go into one database and they would look over it and then they would say, right, this is what you need to watch out for if they're going to say this. So we could teach other people coming up, listen, if you get arrested, this is the kind of thing, you know what I mean? And it was all like properly done and all that. And, you know, but like I say, you're no beating them, you know. This is why there's a ceasefire, and a lot of men won't. A lot of men won't admit it. You know what I mean? They'll all say that there's a ceasefire for this reason or that reason. The IRA will say, well, we're just going to do it politically. We're going to vote you out. You know, the loyalists will say, well, we don't need to fight because the IRA have surrendered. But the truth is, they've all surrendered. They've all called the ceasefire. Sorry, not surrendered. They've all called their ceasefires because the British government are too good. And that's the bottom line. And that's why I keep saying the guys over in England and Scotland, please don't go on the streets. Please do not go down the road of thinking you can fight. Because if you stole your effort and energy into always thinking, well, at the end of the day, we'll just go on the street and we'll take our country back. If you really believe that, then you're going to miss an opportunity of really getting your country back, because you're not going to be doing anything really. You're always going to rely on the fact that you think you're going to get it back by force, when really, when that day comes, you're done. It's game over, you know. And that's why it's important I get that across. I think it's one of the most important things that I say to people sometimes, you know, because if you get that bit wrong and people sit back and go, ah, you know what? Because I hear it all the time. And I've still to this day got guys saying to me, and it gets me really angry, and I do, because I just say, please stop it, you're making me angry. And then they stop and listen, you know. And I go, I've told you, and I explained just what I explained to you. And then once I explain to them, they go, fuck angry. Because it makes me angry that people are lying back going, you know what, it's all good. If nobody's taking, you know, if it comes to it, we'll do this, X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? And therefore, I look at somebody not doing nothing, you know what I mean? Because I've already told them, you're doing the wrong thing here. This is what you need, you know, you don't do that. That's a waste of time. You're risking everything. Yeah, it's just fucking, does my nothing, guys, I'm sorry. Sorry. Rambling. I've signed it. Compounds you run a tight ship. Yep. I'm waiting on someone going on holiday. The duty free is the way to go. Seeing weather. Yep, Ralph, thank you. It's bad. It's starting to ease off a wee bit now. Defund the SNP. Fucking, they just need to get rid of the SNP, you know what I mean? Maybe get friendly with the Turks down at the borders. Yeah, I'm just going to touch on that, Colette, because it's worth touching on, like, if you know what I mean. Colette says only 487 people have signed Tommy petition. So, you know, I think a lot of people are exhausted, you know, and I know a lot of you will be saying it's no excuse and all that, but I'm just trying to let you know how it'll be for some people. Some people don't have the energy that we have. Some people don't have the grit or the determination that we have. You know, let's be honest, you know what I mean? Some people are too busy. Some people are too busy trying to put food on the table, trying to keep the house warm, and really, really struggling and really, really worrying just to keep their house going. And they just haven't got the energy to look any further, guys, because it really is taking up everything out of their head, you know. And there's probably another few reasons as well, you know what I mean? But people, you know, also it's after Christmas, you know what I mean? Everybody was hit hard. They got paid early, and then bang, January, you know, they probably owed a lot of money out because they've been borrowing, trying to pay back money that they've borrowed for Christmas. So that's still filtering out in the February, in the March, you know. It won't be till spring comes and things start growing again and the trees start green. You know, it makes people feel a bit better. It gets brighter, it's later, longer, people feel a wee bit better. A lot of people suffer from a condition called SAD, you know what I mean? Which means it's basically because there's very little light in the winter and it drops their mood. You know, so there's lots of reasons why you might see things not going as fast. There's not as many people watching videos. There's not as many people leaving comments. There's not as many people sharing. You might see certain things like Tommy Robinson's page and other people's and posts, and you're thinking, why is that not getting shared more? Why is there not more people like that? Well, this is why. You know, we're always going to have times where people are just taking a break, having a break, you know, and they will come back. You know, it's just hard right now for people, guys. And always remember that, because it will keep you right in your own head, because it's hard when you're constantly battling away and constantly doing your wee bit, and then you just don't think other people, you know, there's a reason for it, guys. You know what I mean? Fair play to yous, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's the caliber who yous are, you know. Oh, the tea. And a bit of sugar in it. Yes. Yes, I did. Hope family are good. Off to get the wee man. Take it easy. Thank you very much for popping in, Rudolph. You can always catch up with it later if you're bored. I had a mate from Newton Ards, I think it was. I'm sure he was the cousin of the Pocket Rocket, Wayne McCulloch. Unsure. Yeah, James, the one a bit difficult that one night, because you get a lot in Belfast, guys. Don't know what it is with the Irish in the Belfast, and I'm not being thingy here, guys. I don't know if it's the storytellers in us. You know what? I do believe the Irish love telling stories. You know what I mean? And you do get a lot of. I've discovered in my life a lot of men who, because they know of some, like they have somebody famous maybe lives in their village, that story just doesn't cut it for them, so they have to say they're related, you know, because they feel like, because they're like Alex Higgins. You know, Alex Higgins came from where I'm from, you know, where I was born and bred. I used to watch him, I used to wait for him, he used to give me money and all that, you know what I mean. He used to have his trophy at his window when he won the embassy, you know what I mean. He kept it in his window on the Donegal Road, you know what I mean. He's just one of the boys, you know what I mean. And yeah, you know, okay, I've lost my place. I'm sorry. I just went right back there. So I did, like, you know what I mean? Because it was quite, this is when my mum was alive. So I've kept a lot of memories really, really fresh, guys. And like, it's, it's difficult not to just, you know what I mean, go away in the wee place there. So it was, but yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry, totally lost it. Totally lost it. Shut up and read the comments. All right, guys, I'm going to read the comments. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome aboard. Long weekend in 1995 was hellish. Everyone fevered up, couldn't get their fix as soon as... I've heard of that. It's not somewhere I've ever been. I have heard of it. Like, it always sounded... All right, Cammy, how you doing, son? Night after night, sleepwalking in the garden. Wow. Wow, should I believe in all that, James Forbes? You know what I mean? I'm fucking telling you, like, I don't doubt anybody, like, that says all that, you know. There's just no way. There's no way, you know what I mean, a man's going to come out and say something like that unless, you know, yeah, at the end of the day, it could have been a dream, you know what I mean? You know, at the end, you just don't know, do you? You know, I'll tell you one, like, in a wee minute. I know, I want to get these comments, guys, because some of them look alright. Not that they always look alright, but some of them look interesting. Because they're on the conference and I hear it say shit. Yep. Who's that? Sorry. John, yeah, it was, mate. It was, bro. A Troubled Land is a great YouTube channel. All about the troubles. Okay, I'll have a wee look at that. Good today anyway, Freedom Dad. Okay, get a wee man. I've seen that. I had a mate from Newton Ards. Yep, I've seen that. That's why Adams jumping from by. That's why Adams couldn't admit membership, because he couldn't have been a politician if convicted. Smart move, really. Yeah. I'm still here. I can't leave. I'm addicted to one of my penny. Just look at these. Did you see where Sinn Féin were boycotting the White House? Oh no. You know, I left a comment, I think, saying, you know, basically that it was over for them. You're right. The idea it takes 5 minutes to sign for a man who given his freedom. I say for years it's all doing these 18. Yep, you're right. You're right. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to play devil's advocate, you know what I mean? With their replacement plan, we cannot vote our way out. We've tried for years. What do we do? Soon it will be too late. Freedom Dad. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with the thingy, you know what I mean? Then it's marching season. I know. But it's, you know, John, I am going to be looking, like, I've been a band man all my days, you know what I mean? And I do keep an eye on it. Like, always keep an eye on things, you know what I mean? It's one of my expertises, actually, is fruit bands. I could write a book on fruit bands. Right, 2 seconds, yeah, marching season. Love the Irish. Thank you, Lucy. Yeah, but John, I've got no surprise. I've been in, I don't know how many bars I've been in. As I got older, like I was talking about when I was a kid, as I've got older, different story. Totally different story, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in so many pubs with Alex Higgins, but he sort of lost his way. He really did lose his way. Like, God love him, man. But, you know, nobody cared. Nobody cared. Turned out nobody cared, guys. Very sad. Very sad way a man to finish his life. Let me just see. There's someone. Yeah, who was that? Let me just get this little Englander. Yep. So that's what I was saying, guys. You know what I mean? We need to understand as well, we're not talking about the 50-50. We're not talking, everybody goes on about, everybody goes, well, let's work it out. When will it be possible, if ever, could there be a change in complete and utter politics in this country, i.e. going towards like Sharia law and stuff like that? You know, is it ever possible? We've got to answer that question because everybody's talking about it. You hear it all the time. You know, what concerns me, it was one of the questions that the police asked Tommy when they stopped him at the border, right? So that was one of the questions. They asked him about replacement. What did he know about replacement, you know? Now, whenever you've got these type of people, because that, even though it was a policeman asked that question, them questions have came from higher above. You understand? They just don't. Please do not think that the cops that are questioning you at the airport or the boat are the ones that are just coming up with the questions. They've been told exactly. They know that you're coming. They know you're going to be there. They're not surprised that you've just turned up. They're expecting you. You know what I mean? And yeah. Believe you me, it's like, you got to understand every question has a very significant meaning to it, you know, and that's one of the things coming from Northern Ireland, like what we used to be taught, you know, so that's how I've got that, that's how I know that, you know, and because of that, we need to talk about it. So let's talk about replacement, you know. So when in Britain would there be replacement, and what is replacement, you know? So I think in general, I don't think there'll be ever a time where there'll be complete replacement of one to another. What I do think is there will be a replacement of one particular government to another. I do believe that we are heading in the direction of one day of having a Muslim majority being elected into power and pushing for laws that will affect us and go against our traditions and our culture. That's what I do believe, that is a possibility. And, you know, it's just what we see, what they say to us and what they do and say in podcasts and when they run, when they get in the power, how they behave when they get in the power, you know, and you know who I'm talking about, you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm talking from just opinion. I'm talking from evidence that I'm getting from Muslim men and women who openly talk about a future Britain where the black flag is flying over Downing Street and Buckingham Palace. You know, they want that. There is a segment of the community that want that. And like I say, if you segregate these communities like they're doing, and there is a segment of the community that are extremist, like I say, the moderate Muslims aren't going to be able to say anything to the extremists, just like the moderate Protestants and Catholics in Northern Ireland couldn't say nothing to the Provos or the Loyalist parties. You know, it's not, and it wasn't like, oh, it wasn't that bad where you couldn't have an opinion. But if something went wrong and you're there saying, no, I don't like you, you're doing the wrong thing, and an arm stump gets caught around the corner, guns are going to be looking at you. Sorry for swearing, I don't like that word. But guys, people will be looking at you, you know what I mean, and questioning what do you know, you know what I mean? And that's a problem because, you know, Northern Ireland paramilitaries are Mickey Mouse compared to these characters, you know. I've never seen the kind of terrorism that I've seen ever in my life, you know. Yes, we've had some badgings. We've had things done to bodies, and we've had like brutal knee captains are bad, you know, obviously the 6-pack elbows, knees and ankles is bad, you know what I mean? But that's about it, guys. With the 50-50 back of the spine, 50-50 chance of walking again. But that's it. And they were extreme, me growing up, knowing them sort of things, and them phrases, the 6-pack and the 50-50. It was frightening. Giovanni, it was frightening, guys, you know, like, oh, that's fucking horrific. You know, there's all the wee things I could say that they throw in there. It isn't very nice, but this is different. This kind of terrorism is on another level. It's totally different, guys, and it is a wee bit scary, you know. And that's my opinion of what I feel and how I feel, and that's all that is, you know, from my experience. You know, it's not my first rodeo when it comes to terrorism, guys. Let's be honest. Any of us from Northern Ireland and Scotland, don't think because I'm sitting here saying what you are all thinking. The only difference between me and you is that you are sitting there and I'm here talking about it. You know what I mean? We're all this experience. We've all lived the same lives. We've seen what's happened in our country. We know what terrorism is like. We know the campaign that the IRA had on the mainland. We've seen the damage that the loyalist paramilitaries have done to Catholics and Republicans. You know what I mean? And yeah, it is plain for everybody to see. We've all got experience. You know what I mean? We know exactly. This isn't our first rodeo. You know what I mean? And it's very difficult sitting here knowing we know, seeing what we've seen, and then watching what we see is happening in England, and nobody's batting an eyelid about it or going, do you not think this is a bit dodgy? Do you not think this is a bit nuts? Look what happened in Northern Ireland. You know, none of that's coming out. You know, I've heard somebody mention Northern Ireland the other day, comparing it. That's the first time I've heard it. You know, I can't even remember who it was. It was Paul. It was Paul. You know, there you go. So see, we're all on the same page, like. Integrated with Scottish, so straight up, John Capone, straight up, assured. Okay, I got that one. You're a nightmare, man. You're a nightmare. Well, I love you. Yeah, I don't mean that in a bad way, by the way. It's quite funny. Do you hear anything on the old age pensioner getting interested in Scotland? No, you need to send me something on that. Man. I haven't, you know, like I say, I've been doing the painting, as you know, and then was round at her mum's, and oh my God. Geez, oh, lucky done a poo and must have done a big pee, and it was everywhere. It was up her back, down her legs, on all her clothes. So she had to go for a bath. It was brilliant. I missed it. You know what I mean? I let Mummy and Granny sorted out. You know, if it was a wee boy, I do the wee boy. You know what I mean? You know, if I want a wee boy. You know what I mean? But they do the girls. Girls is girls things. You know what I mean? And but it was great. No, she just loved it. She was so happy that she'd done a big massive poo. You know what I mean? She didn't care that the place was a bomb site. You know what I mean? You know, I was like, shoot at Katie, and Katie's like, shoot at her ma. You know what I mean? Her ma's up on the wee bath anyway. I'm like, I'll do the bath. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was going on. Took Bailey a walk. Made dinner, made lunch for everybody. Yeah. So then. Yeah, I had to go and see a mate, and then got the mic arrived, and I thought, I'm going to do a live. So yeah, I haven't stopped, guys. And like I say, I've done a full coat on the kickers. I'm just waiting for it to dry properly. You know, all's good. All is good. So I haven't seen much, guys. I really haven't been on the internet much. That's why I'm here talking to you to find out what's going on. I seen that, John. It's getting ridiculous. Somebody let me know what's going on, James. Everything is possible, even we don't want to set up their party in the government. Of course, yeah. No, 100%, you know what I mean? But getting back to that, Tina, is what I'm trying to say is let's look at it. Like, so I'm not saying that there's like a replacement, you know what I mean? But what like I've said before, I need to get this out in case anybody misses it. It's all about voting. It's all about voting. right? And you've got to think about how many people vote. That's all. Don't think about population, right? Don't think about population. Try and work out in your head how many people will actually be voting in 20 years' time. You get me? And then that will give you an idea of what direction we're going in. And then it's not, honestly, like, unless we have some mad campaign that gets people really, they want to vote, you know, maybe it depends. Birth rates, if we're not having children, and some communities are having children, more like 3, 4, 5 children, 1 or 2 wives, you can see how quickly, you have 10 boys in 20 years, 10 boys all having 5 boys each. Can you see how the next 20 years, can you see how the sums just explode within 40 years? And this is what a thing, nobody's talking about it, nobody's really looking at it and saying it for what it is. There's extreme possibilities, and then there's the average possibilities. There's so many ways of looking at it, because we don't have a crystal ball, we don't know, but we can get an idea. This is the whole point of doing sociology. When I say these, to do a sociology degree, the whole point of that is because you learn these things. That's what it's all about. It's about learning about population growth, learning death rates, birth rates, what makes society tick. That's what it's about. Let me see if I can change the lighting. That's a bit brighter. That's a bit better. What's a bit thingy in it? How's that? That's fucking like an orange, man. Pardon the pun. How's that look like? Look like a ghost star. It's just awful bright, so it is, guys. That's a bit better, isn't it? That's a bit better, eh? Right. Yeah, so like I say, guys, it's not like it's everybody. I think a lot of people are concentrating on population, you know what I mean? And even if you do a population estimate, it's quite frightening. It's quite concerning, you know what I mean? Because like I say, deaths, births, I'm hearing all the time, like, areas and counties and countries in Britain are saying that they've got more people dying than they have getting born. So that's a decline in population. That's a decline. If that's happening to Christians, then that's a decline in Christianity. It's unless somebody does something to change it, unless we can afford to have children. Men and women cannot afford to have more than 1 or 2 children. This is why we've only got small families, guys. Gone are the days where Catholics were having massive families because they wouldn't use contraception. Them days have even gone, But at the same time, Muslim families and other people coming from different countries will, so there will be more of them eventually. There's no 2 ways about it. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to be here. Stormer's not going to be here. Nigel Farage isn't going to be here. You get me? But our kids are going to be here. And I just want reassurances. I just want to know what direction we're going in. I just want to know, are we going to follow the extremists that are shouting really bad things about what they want to do and what they want to change? Or are we going to follow moderates? I want to know how the moderates going to stand up to the extremists. I want simple answers to really hard questions. You know what I mean? It's like they're questions that I know are difficult for them to answer, but it's not that they don't have the answer. It's they're scared to give us the answer, because then we've got to react to that answer. You get me? So rather than lie to us, they just don't give us the answer. Can you see what the government are doing and the way they do it and the reason why they do it? Everything's logical. I swear to God, there's a really plain and simple reason. It does blow your mind, but there is an understanding. And sometimes the understanding is so extreme and scary that some people would just be like, nah. But see, for those people that are saying, nah, please get a pen and paper and sit and do a wee bit of research. Try and get as many numbers and figures as you can, population, they're right there. They're right there, guys. You can get them. You're not going to get up to date. This is the problem. So you've got to also do a wee bit of research and see what you can put on date, because it only goes back, I think it's the last 10 years ago, I think was the last one it was done. You know what I mean? So we don't have any up to date of numbers of who's come into the country right now. And, I don't think we're going to get them numbers for a wee while. Because once we get them numbers, you see, we can then start doing our calculations, and then we can get a really good idea of exactly when things will change. You understand? Because it's all logical. It's not misinformation. It's not any sort of like exaggeration, you know. It's logical. You just sit with a bit of paper and you just write down all the figures and you multiply them. You know, and you use a wee bit of estimating. You know, you take 10 years and you take an example from them 10 years, and then you take on board certain social changes and you put them on top of the 10 years, and you work out whatever number you want using that model. You know, that's the way I would do things, you know what I mean? But like I say, it is difficult, you know. But the biggest problem is Christians can't afford to have children. We can't afford families. We can't afford to have any families. And it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, you know. And it's a problem. It is a big problem. And that's why so many people are talking about leaving, you know, and so many people are talking about planning on leaving, why so many people are coming online. You know, it's no scaremongering, guys, unfortunately. 3 cups of 74-year-old. Yeah. What happened about that, James? The bus? Right, the Uber driver took a young man down a closed. Fucking hell. Oof. Imagine that. Jeez, oh man. Not really retouch. Wow. They're all on board with it. Most won't come on it. Yeah. And this is the thing, but this is what the problem is. I don't believe they are all on board with it, guys. I really don't, you know. I really do believe that there's really good Muslims and really good Pakistani men and Afghanistani men and women that truly do not follow things like that, and they just want to have a happy life and treat everybody like they're treated. You know what I mean? They're not extremists or nothing like that, but there's nothing. That's the problem. What can they do? What can they do? You know. But yeah, I don't think there's many, but there's definitely good guys out there. Guys, there really is. You know, look at that girl that I brought you, Labuna. I can't fucking. It's just I'm really. It takes a wee while for me to remember things, and you know, you see her putting out videos asking for help because her Muslim children are being thingied in school by other Muslims, telling them that you've got to live this way, you've got to do this, you can't go with British people. You know, it's and she's asking us, what does she do? You know what I mean? So there is good guys out there. So there is. Right, I'm going to have a look at that. Oh, yeah, that was the one in London. I remember that, right? The 73-year-old woman. Yes, that's right. I brought it to the video. I've done this on here. I know what you're talking. I thought it was something that just happened. It was something that's done fast. Yeah, something is getting done fast, I think. Hopefully, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I hope Trump isn't going to use Europe as a dumping ground, you know? Yeah, you're right, Giovanni. Kira's trying to freeze him. The cops arresting him, scare tankies on the old and vulnerable. Yeah, I don't even trust tap water if they control the water. Yeah, definitely do not trust tap water, guys. Try and drink bottled water. I know. It's a lot cheaper if you just get a filter system, some sort of wee cheap filter system. There's really cheap ones out there that you can use and filter your water, guys. And once you filter your water for a while, once you've changed the refill, you'll understand why. Plus, there's a lot of chlorine in it as well. Don't drink tap water, guys. You know, if you can't, obviously the tap water, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And of course, the government give us our tap water. So of course, there's nothing wrong with the tap water. It's just like, it doesn't taste too great sometimes, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's everybody's preferences. Me personally, I don't like tap water. I'm not telling you there's anything wrong with tap water, okay, guys? But get bottled water. Well, Freedom Dad, again, another interesting live and coming from a Northern Irishman with a dry whip. He gets it. Remember to take time for yourself. You're only human. No, mate, honestly, thanks. Thank you so much, Robert. But honestly, bro, just you throwing that comment down, it's all good, mate. You know what I mean? I had a couple of hours to kill. Babies got 3 women around them, well, 2 women and a girl around the baby right now. You know, what is there for me to do? You know what I mean? I'm painting, the place is stinking, the paint thingies. Baby isn't coming back tonight, probably won't be back tomorrow night. And I'll be, we'll take this to 2 hours, and then I'm going to jump around to get my dinner and catch up. I'm going to do a wee bit more before. I'm just going to rub down a wee bit more and give it a quick wee coat. And then I'm going to fill. Oh, I'm not going to go on about what I'm doing. It's no big deal. Yeah. So I've been, like, you know, I'm up at the crack of dawn. You know what I mean? And I'm loving everything with the baby. Loads of time with the baby. And plus I'm getting help with my mental health. Seeing the psychiatrist every couple of weeks, and yeah, everything's good. And talking to you about stuff is, honest to God, I don't really tell you this, like, you know what I mean, because it's a difficult. It's difficult because it's just me telling you. But there's times, there's quite a few times when I've been talking about stuff, or going as I'm talking about stuff, and I'm sort of, things are sort of clicking in my head, believe it or not. And the only way that would have ever clicked is by doing this, you know. And I am seeing the benefit that I'm getting as a man and a human being from doing this. And obviously it's because you are here and giving me the feedback that give me the confidence to do it, you know, because sometimes I don't have the confidence. Sometimes I feel the videos aren't good. Sometimes I feel I'm being too personal. Sometimes I feel that, you know, because like you say, when your head goes, you don't know, you know what I mean? But I rely on my good friends around me, obviously. But, you know, you do get wee feelings. It isn't easy. I don't just, like, it's never, I don't think it will ever be easy. You know, there's times, like the experiences I've had that have been negative, have thrown me a wee bit. And then there's just always, you're always worrying about haters coming out and stuff like that. And it's just constant, you know, there's always little niggly things that not just always make you doubt yourself. But the point is, then I read your comments, you know, and some of you blow me away. Like say Lee yesterday, man, he could have made me cry when he was saying to me what I meant to him. Katie's phoning me, guys, and I'm sure she knows I'm doing a live. So let me just see if she said anything. Katie, if you're watching a live, send me a message if you need me to phone you if something's wrong. She might be just asking if I want something for dinner, what I want for dinner. Yeah, so I think that is, you know what I mean. So yeah, I do. Everything's good. Like I say, a wee video a day. Normally when I'm out walking the dogs, you know what I mean? And the lives are quite good as well. It interacts with these, and I'm just trying to give a wee bit back. If I've got the time, then, you know, I'm quite sure some people can't leave the house and they're just happy to have something different and somebody real, just talking about stuff that they're thinking about. And that's all it is. It's just recognizing that there's more than one person thinking like that, and that you're not on your own. And I think that's the most important thing. You know, I really do. I think we all forget that not everybody has loads of people around them. Not everybody has big families. You know, not everybody is as mobile, you know. And a lot of people are just scared to go out, you know what I mean? And this is about, you know what I mean? This is the best we can do right now until we get things sorted. We can just be here for you all. You know, all of us together, be there for each other. That's what it's about. So social networking and that. Thank you so much, Robert. First thing is we be praying for our own demise. That's exactly what he's doing. Hi, Robert. See him now. Oh, it's no now, man. Yep. Right, hold on. He's based by I prefer living in the Highlands. Nice sheep in the garden and the guitar on the beach, watching the sun go down. Miss you with the duffel. Oh, come on. Yeah, it sounds good, Robert. Trust is gone. Yep. I'll send you a pic later. One of the biggest churches in Belfast is big. Oh man. It does. It really does. It really does. It's starting to get to me, like, and that really hurts. So it does, because it's Belfast. You know what I mean? It does. As a Christian man, of course, it breaks my heart. It really does. It breaks my heart, any church, but the fact that it's in Belfast, there he goes with Mustar. I've actually got a CD, believe it or not. You know what I mean? I have got a CD. Done a CD when I was in the jail, 4 songs on it. Me and a mate wrote, and I was a singer. I'm singing on two of them, and yeah, helped write the songs. But my mate's a songwriter more than me, like. But it was for charity, and it was in jail in an open prison in Scotland. No problem, John. Anytime, bro. My brothers, man. Yeah, I do, yeah. Because I have been looking at my videos and that, you know what I mean? And you can see when Katie got pregnant, the baby was coming. And then after the baby was coming, I wasn't right, you know what I mean? I wasn't feeling great. I was dealing with stuff like, you know, it's a lot of heavy duty stuff, you know what I mean? And yeah, I wasn't eating and all that. And I'm starting to feel I'm eating a lot more. I'm slowly putting weight back on. I'm just waiting to bulk up a wee bit more before I start hitting the gym again. It's getting the time for the gym and the energy for the gym, you know what I mean? But yeah, eating the right food, trying to eat the right food and drinking plenty of water and, you know, staying away from drink and all that, you know what I mean? And yeah, I seem to be doing okay. You know, I just need to stop smoking. Honestly, like, that's going to be my downfall, like, guys. Thank you so much, Linda. Is it on YouTube? John Capone, is it on YouTube? John Rankin's asking. Too many Johns in our community. We'd like to hear that. About 180-year-old woman behind the door. I'll tie up with you private as a private guy, but guy, good luck and keep the faith. Yeah, Robert, I'm on X. Get an X account and then add me an X and then leave me a comment under my pinned video on my profile, which is Who is Freedom Dad. Just leave me a comment and say, hey, Freedom Dad, it's Robert from YouTube, and then I add you, and then we can talk to each other, just like Messenger on Facebook. You know what I mean? And I promise you, X is just a wee more or less like Facebook now. It's totally changed. It's not the old Twitter. It's totally different. You can put videos up, and it is a lot it's a lot more quicker. You know what I mean? But you will enjoy it once you get used to it. You will enjoy it. You know. It was 4 songs on one CD, mate. And I'll need to dig it out. So I will. And yeah, I'll throw some photographs up. So I will, of me in the band, you know. And yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that in one of my videos. You know, I can't find the CD, but I've got a CD cover, and I'm sure I've got the picture somewhere as well. But my mate's got a couple of mates that got the CD, so it's just a matter of getting a copy of them, and I'll throw it up on an audio thing, and you can listen to it. You know what I mean? It's just about jail songs and all. It's all right for 3 guys trying to get parole in jail. You know what I mean? Fucking right. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was good. It was for charity. I don't know how many CDs were sold. No, it wasn't many, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I suppose it's a wee achievement having a CD. You know what I mean? And having your name on it as singer, songwriter sort of thing. You know. Yeah, put it as your intro. Well, yeah, that's a good idea. I fucking really couldn't I? I should use it. I've got the rights to it, don't I? You know, I'll speak to my mate, you know what I mean? Right, that's what to do, John. You send it to me and I'll do it. I'll bring it to use tomorrow, guys, okay? I'll do a wee video with it and bring it to use tomorrow. That's the best way, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's on that note, guys. Anything you ever want me to cover, you know, let me know, you know what I mean? If you've got stuff there that you think's interesting, you know what I mean? I don't really like doing that, you know what I mean? Because I don't like taking stuff. Yeah, I'd rather you did it, you know what I mean? I really would, you know what I mean? If I can do this, you can do this. You don't have to put your face on here, guys. You know, you can put videos up and talk over it. You know, you don't have to put your face up. You know, Come off that. Right, but I'm going to wrap it up. Just in case something's wrong with Katie, I'd rather, I'm just around the corner, like, but just to check the baby. But I'm just checking the mic out, guys. I'm glad you like the mic. Had to get it ready for Sunday. You know what I mean? Don't want any more. I want to get everything right. You know what I mean? Especially for my guests coming on. That's important to get that right. I'm looking forward to getting some sort of wee studio set up, a wee corner somewhere where it's looking really good. Yeah, get relighting and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so yeah, no, I'm not going to be back on the night, guys, or anything like that, but we'll be back tomorrow night, as always, 6:30, 7 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday, every weekend, 110%, unless there's an emergency. And remember, Dan's on Sunday. So listen, guys, thanks for having this week in Mag. You've killed an hour, nearly 2 hours for me, and it's been brilliant. You know, to be honest with you, apart from being with Katie, my mother-in-law, and my baby, there's nowhere else I'd rather be right now, guys. So all my love, and God bless every single one of you.